I'm going to be ranking the best auctionable cards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. We have a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to D tier, and we have about 40 to 45 of the best auctionable cards right now in My Team. If you guys are wondering what I do mean by an auctionable card, is going to be any card you guys can buy off the auction house, so no free cards like Joel Embiid or Bill Russell, or no locking cards like Manute Bol, Terry Dishinger, Dikembe, right? No Chet. Just going to be all cards you guys can buy directly off the auction house, and I'll be ranking them from S tier all the way down to D. So looking at the first auctionable card is going to be Amen Thompson. I think you probably put him in the B tier category. He's a really well-rounded point guard. He's 6'7" at the 1, 7 foot wingspan, and these are going to include some of the best cards in the game on this auctionable card tier list. So even though I really like Amen Thompson, and I think he's a great point guard for a budget price tag, there's just so many other better or not so many, but there's a couple better point guards. But I do think Amen gonna be in that B tier category. But yeah, can just do it all. Can rebound, can slash at the basket. He's quick, he's athletic, he can defend, he's got a great jump shot and end game dunk packages. So I do think Amen gonna be in that B tier category. Now Anthony Davis I think is probably D or C tier. I'm gonna probably give ADC just because he's an invincible card and he does play good defense in game. Like, he's got a great player model, you know, 6'10", 7'2" wingspan, is a little bit undersized for the power forward position, and he doesn't necessarily have a quick jump shot. It's an okay release, it's just not that great in my opinion, and especially for an undersized power forward, if you only have a slow jump shot, that's just not going to really work out too much. D-Rob I think is going to be an S tier, might be one of the best auctionable cards in the game. I would say probably top 5 to 7 auctionable card in my team. He's maybe even higher. He's 7'1" at power forward, 7'5" wingspan, great player model in the game. And like I've always said when I'm talking about these lefty endgame releases, this could just be like in my head, but for some reason I feel like when I'm using Bill Russell or D-Rob, a lefty release of an endgame card, so the KPJ base and the Sadiq Bey upper, which is what all the endgames have for their jump shots, for some reason when I'm using like a D-Rob or a Bill Russell, it just feels easier to green for some reason. I have no idea why. It just feels a lot more consistent of a jump shot, easier to time with. But yeah, D-Rob an endgame card, going to be one of the better endgames as well. I think he's going to be in the S tier category. Anthony Edwards I think probably goes alongside Amen Thompson. Very similar point guards. I think Ant's great at going to the basket, has a great jump shot, and can play solid defense with his player model and his size. Paolo Banchero I think is probably A tier. Yes, he's an endgame card, 6'10" at small forward. I think he's going to be top at A tier. He's an endgame, like I said, so he can do everything that, you know, D-Rob can do when we're talking about animations, the dribble saves, the dunk packages, and the jump shot. I just think there's going to be probably 4 or 5, maybe 6 better cards in Paolo Banchero that are auctionable. Next card here is going to be DeMarcus Cousins. I think he's probably either high C tier or low B. I do like him a lot more than Anthony Davis. He's got a better player model than AD, longer wingspan, and a way better jump shot. I think for now though, I'm gonna go high C tier for Boogie, but I really like that card in my team. I think he's got a great jump shot and is a really good power forward. Ben Simmons, I'm gonna go in the A tier category. Still a top tier point guard in my team. He's 6'11" at the 1, 7 foot wingspan, and still the best defensive point guard in the game with his player model, his size, his quickness, his athleticism. He just doesn't have that great of a jump shot, so really looking forward to an invincible or an endgame Ben Simmons card where he's going to have a top tier jump shot and most likely be the best point guard for pretty much the rest of the year once he gets his endgame card. Larry Bird, I'm gonna say probably somewhere in B tier. Still a really good all-around small forward. He's got a good jump shot, he's great offensively, he can defend at a high level with a good player model and perfect defensive tendencies. So I think for an auctionable card tier list, I'm gonna go Larry Bird in that B tier category. Danny Granger, am I crazy to say A tier? I think Granger's so good at shooting guard. There is a lot of good shooting guards though. I'm gonna probably go Granger in like the high B or low A tier category. I'll go A tier for now. The way that I kind of view Danny Granger is just LeBron with a way better jump shot and way better dribble saves because he's 6'9" at the shooting guard position, 7'1" wingspan, perfect stats and badges damn near. He's got a way better jump shot than a LeBron, and he has a really good release, KPJ base, Kevin Love upper on very quick timing, and he does have some of the best dribble sigs as well with the D-Rose size up, tray escape, Dame behind the back, and also perfect dunk, defensive animations and tendencies, so I do think he's going to be an A tier. Looking at Bull, I still think you got to put him in the S tier category. He's a small forward card that can do everything on the court at such a high level. 7'2" at small forward, 7'7" wingspan. He can play such good defense. He can slash at the basket. He's got great dribble sigs and a very solid jump shot. I think Bull most likely going to be an S tier auctionable card. Antoine Jameson, on the other hand, I think is probably in D tier. Not to say that he's a bad card, and I wanted to include these Season 8 Dark Matters because I feel like these cards went completely under the rug. No one really talked about these cards, and maybe for a reason, because, you know, Antoine Jameson, Darius Garland, and Larry Johnson just really aren't that great at cards. I mean, they're solid for a budget price tag, but realistically not going to be anything too crazy. Victor Wembanyama, I still think is the best card in the game, whether you're talking about at small forward, whether you're talking about an invincible, whether you're talking about including endgames. I think he's just the best card in my team, whether it's auctionable, whether it's non-auctionable, right? 7'5" at the small forward position, 8-foot wingspan, so one of the tallest cards in the game, one of the tallest wingspans, and he can play small forward with legit 99 every single stat, almost every single Hall of Fame badge, perfect defensive tendencies, and also an elite level jump shot, great dribble sigs, probably the best dribble sigs in my team, and great dunk packages. But also another thing about Victor, if you guys have used this card in game or played against him or seen him in game, he also just moves a lot quicker than a card that's 7'5". Like, I know he's got the best sigs, but he also just moves so fast for a card that's 7'5". He gets some of the glitchiest animations on offense and defense. Victor obviously going to be in that S tier category. Devin Booker, probably like high C tier or low B tier. I'll go high C tier for Booker. He's still a good offensive point guard, has a really good jump shot. I just think there's going to be a couple better point guards in that B tier category. Endgame Kevin Durant, I think you got to throw an S tier. I mean, just an absolute beast at shooting guard, probably the best shooting guard in the game. LeBron, I'm gonna go A tier. I still think because of his size and his defense, I do like him a lot more than some other shooting guards because he can slash at the basket. He's a great defender. But like I said, I think Danny Granger's better because Granger can do everything LeBron can do besides slash at the basket, but also has a way better jump shot and way better dribble sigs. But I think for an auctionable card tier list, LeBron's still going to be in that A tier category. Paul George, probably also going to be an S tier. Like, I feel like there's so many cards that are going to be an S. Him and Kevin Durant, very similar at the shooting guard position. I mean, they have the same jump shot, same dribble sig, same dunk packages, same stats, same badges, same tendencies. Like, they're the exact same card, except that Kevin Durant is 1 inch taller and has a little bit more on the wingspan. Now, here's like the hard part. Shaq's still such a good power forward card, man. Like, I love the Shaquille O'Neal, but is he S tier? I just don't know, because I don't know how many cards I want to have an S. Right now we're already at 5, and I don't think I want to have more than like 7 or 8, maybe 10 at most in the S tier category. I'm gonna just leave Shaq in A tier for now, but he's probably going to be like my top candidate so far to go in that S tier category, because Shaq is an absolute beast at power forward with a really good jump shot. Cade, I think, is probably also going to be in like the low A tier category. I do like Cade a little bit more than like an Anthony Edwards or an Amen Thompson. Really good 6'8" point guard. He's got the D-Mitch base, Oscar Robertson upper, on very quick timing, and very solid dribble sigs, and is really good at slashing to the rim. So I do think Cade's still going to be an A tier. Mark Eden, I think, is also going to be an A tier. I think Evan Mobley is also going to be an A tier. I think Taco Fall is also going to be an A tier. Like, there's just so many amazing cards in the game, right? Taco Fall, 7'6" at power forward, 8'2" wingspan, one of the best mashers in the game. You got Mark Eden, one of the best paint defenders in the game, and a card that has an insanely overpowered player model. And then you also got Evan Mobley, a really good defender at power forward, great jump shot, really good dribble saves, can drive to the basket, like do everything you need from a power forward. So I think all of these cards are actually going to be an A tier. Maybe some will get moved around later in the tier list. Darius Garland, I think, is probably D tier. I mean, only 6'1" at the point guard position. You know, just can't be really any higher than D tier. Giannis, I'm gonna probably go B just because of his size at the power forward, small forward position. Still can play really good defense, defend multiple positions, slash at the basket, and still one of the better player models. Tim Thomas, I think, also has to be an A tier, a 6'10" shooting guard, 7'2" wingspan, a really quick jump shot, super fast on the court, can defend at a high level because of his size. I think for an auctionable card tier list, you got to put TT in that A tier category. Jabari Smith Jr., I'm gonna go B tier. He's not a bad small forward. He's pretty good at small forward. Like, he's got a good jump shot, solid dribble sigs with the Curry sigs. I do think he's gonna be in B tier. Jalen Williams, I'm gonna go C, probably one of the weaker invincibles in the game. Just has an okay jump shot, very mid dribble sigs, but has good stats and badges and good defensive tendencies. Nikola Jokic, I think you probably got to put in the S tier category. 6'11" at the 1. I would say the best or the second best point guard in the game. Really good jump shot on Jokic. We know he can defend at a high level because of his size. We all know what Nikola Jokic can do at this point in my team. I think Kawhi is going to be high B tier. I think Kawhi maybe could be an A. It's a really close debate for me. I'm also going to move Evan Mobley down to B tier. I think Mobley is a great power forward. I just think he's probably more of like a B tier card. I kind of have to move some cards around as we go through. So far, I'm going to put those two cards in the B tier category. I think Walker Kessler, very similar power forward to Evan Mobley, also going to be in B tier. A really good defender, has a good jump shot. There's just so many other great power forwards in my team. Kevin Garnett, I'm going to go in B tier. Really good defender at small forward. He's got the size, he's got the defense, and just the player model to play the small forward position, and also does have a top tier jump shot. Kobe, I'm gonna have to go and see. Once again, another really good point guard. There's just so many other great point guards in the game, like a Amen Thompson, Anthony Edwards. I just think those point guards are slightly better than a card like Kobe. Kristaps, another easy A tier option, could potentially be an S. He's 7'3", can play power forward, 7'6" wingspan, and we know Kristaps can really space out the floor with his top tier jump shot. Larry Johnson, also going to be in D tier. Carmelo Anthony, I'm going to go high B. Still really good offensively for Carmelo. He's got a top tier jump shot. He's got really good dribble sigs. He moves quick on the court. I just think there's going to be a couple better shooting guards like Tim Thomas, Danny Granger, LeBron. I just think are slightly better in my opinion. LaMelo Ball, I'm also going B tier. A really good offensive point guard. I just prefer cards like Cade, Ben Simmons, those type of point guards, just a little bit more than LaMelo Ball. I think Yao Ming probably going to be an S tier. The best auctionable center in the game. He's still 7'6" at the 5, 7'9" wingspan, an elite level player model, can space out the floor, can mash, can defend, and can do everything you need from a center card. MJ also going to be in B tier alongside LaMelo. I think Ralph Sampson probably also going to be in B tier, just a step below Mark Eden, but very similar and a really good giant center. I think Kareem is also going to be in B tier alongside Evan Mobley and Walker Kessler. I think they're very similar, auctionable power forwards. Russ, I'm going to have to go C tier. Just a little bit undersized for a point guard. Really fun to use Russ in game. He's quick at getting to the basket and he gets crazy good dunk animations, but don't think you can put him any higher than C tier. Tatum, I'm going to go in B. Same kind of tiers like a Jabari Smith Jr., KG, Giannis, kind of all on the same level. Tracy McGrady, I think you still got to put in the S tier or maybe A tier category. And then Luka Doncic, the endgame Luka, I think he's also got to go in S. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I'm going to move Shaq. I think honestly, I'm gonna move Shaquille O'Neal into the S tier category. Yeah, guys, that's gonna round out my auctionable card tier list. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys would change about it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.